Okay, so in today's video, I want to speak specifically about maintenance calories. In my last video, we spoke about everyone's calories are different from one person to the next, and that's dependent on their age, their sex, their weight, and their body fat percentage. So first of all, what are maintenance calories? And maintenance calories are simply the amount of calories you need on a day-to-day basis to maintain your current body weight, as opposed to someone who's losing weight week in and week out. That would be a calorie deficit. And a person who's gaining weight week in and week out, that would be a calorie surplus. So, the calories ingested through food and drink, are equal to the calories out, which we burn, also known as your TDEE, total daily energy expenditure. And that's broken down into 4 categories. First of all, your BMR, basal metabolic rate, which accommodates for about 70% of your daily calories burned. Your NEAT, everyday movements, and that's burning about 10% of your daily calories. TAF, thermal effect of food, so your digestion, again, about give or take 10% of your daily calories. And your PAL, physical activity levels. Again, that could be strength training, you're running, you're walking, you're cycling. That's burning around about, again, 10% of your daily calories. Now, linking back to the previous video of how everyone's calories are different from one person to the next, I wanted to put that to the test and I wanted to show you all. So for my first example, we have a male who's 30 years old, 70 kilogram, 175 centimeters in height with 20% body fat. His BMR was worked out to be 1,896 calories per day. Now your BMR technically means keeping you alive if you were in bed lying down and not moving for the full day. So he would maintain the same weight, not moving absolutely nothing, by eating 1,896 calories per day. Now, when we move to example B, we've changed his body weight to 80%, which has the same amount of body fat. So you would expect this guy to have more lean muscle mass. It came out that he needed 2,103 calories per day for his BMR, again, to maintain his body weight, to lie in bed all day and not move one single bit. And then for example C, we went back to 70 kilogram in weight, but what we did this time is we changed his body fat percentage to 30%. So this guy probably has less lean muscle mass, but more body fat. And as you can see, he needs only 1,714 calories per day to maintain his body weight in bed and not move all day. Less than the guy who's more lean. And again, the person who's more lean here will need less than the person who has a lot more muscle mass, as you can see. But as we all know, not a single person will be laying in bed all day and not moving a single thing. So what we do is you take your BMR and you multiply it by an activity level. And this will give us our total daily energy expenditure, calories needed per day. Now, with your activity level, the lowest number it can be is 1.2, and this is for a sedentary lifestyle. Someone who lacks steps, exercise, and the job is not physically demanding at all. So sticking with example A, who's a male, 30 years old, 70 kilogram in weight, 175 centimeters in height, and 20% body fat, we already know that his BMR is 1,896 calories per day. And we're going to give him 2 scenarios. Now in both scenarios, he hits 8 to 10,000 steps per day and trains 3 or 4 times a week. Whereas in scenario A, he's an office job worker, so he's sat on his bum for the vast majority of the day. Whereas in scenario B, he's a bricklayer, which is a much more physically demanding job. So start with scenario A. We know that his BMR is 1,896, so we times that by 1.4, giving him a total daily energy expenditure of 2,654 calories per day. Okay, so that is needed to maintain his current body weight. Or, over the week, he will need 18,578 calories, again, to maintain that current body weight. Now, by changing his occupation from an office job worker to a bricklayer, he's going to need more energy. So, taking his BMR, 1,896, and timesing that by 1.6, to maintain his body weight, he will need 3,033 calories per day. Or, a total of 21,235 calories per week. Now that's a massive difference. That's a difference of 2,657 calories over the week. That is more than the average male's daily calories needed. So as you can see, everyone's calories are always going to be different. And the more we move, the more calories we burn.